right? Okay. Full edit, man. Like that.
This is Godly Truth TV here. KOJ. Like, share, and subscribe. Today we want to present a discussion about the Janathan Majors situation. First question I want to ask KOJ, how in 2023 at this stage in time, so far ahead, are you surprised that they're still stringing people up on still doing this 1920s type of thing where they, are you still surprised at that, or are you just nothing new to you?
Listen, man, I've been around a little bit. Nothing surprised me. Nothing new. See, men has been found guilty for various things, even if they are innocent. And I'm not saying, because I don't know the brother, and I don't know the young lady, I don't know her, to know if she guilty, if she make up a story, what's her name, Jabari, something like that, Grace Jabari. I don't know if she's telling the truth, because a lot of people, the court find him guilty. So a lot of people say that he's guilty. Remember, Nelson Mandela spent 27 years of prison, not because he was guilty, but because he was black. You know what I mean? That's why you have the Innocent Project going on right now in the United States, where they going around and find how many men, and even some women, but mostly men, have spent time, 30, 40 years, 25 years. Some has been slaughtered, and then they realize that they're innocent. So not because some people tell us, you hear some people say that you're guilty, doesn't mean that he's guilty.
True.
You know what I mean? So, a man can present a thing that even the very innocent be found guilty. Jesus was guilty. And remember that. I'm not saying that he's Jesus. Jesus was guilty. That's why they crucified him. You understand? And many other men, Marcus Garvey tried to liberate his people. What was his crime? His crime, they chump up a charge against him, say that he's in racketeering when they know that he wasn't doing racketeering. All he was trying to do to liberate his people. You know what I mean? So, I'm not saying that this guy is trying to liberate nobody. And I'm not saying that he's not guilty. But I don't rejoice. I don't take things as many people would take it, because I'm around a long time, and I've seen innocent have been found guilty many times.
So in this situation, if it was you and you lost such a major role, in Marvel and all these endorsement deals going down the drain, how would you take it mentally?
Well, you see, it depends on how you're raised again. See, I raised with a woman, my mother and my grandmother, and one of the things that my mother, especially, this is one of her favorite words, used to tell me. She said, anything, no dead, no call it up. What that mean? As long as you have life, you have hope, and you can bounce back from anything. That was one of her thing that she constantly drive into me as a child. I remember one time, certain things wasn't going right, and so I called her and I said, Mom, XYZ not going right, and like I want her to surf. And she said, let me tell you something, son. don't bring a pretty party. Don't bring a pity party. And say, if one thing don't go right in your life, that don't mean your life is over or your life is going bad. You can't use one incident or even two incidents to decide, the outcome of your life. So, the brother can bounce back from this because him have life. Them never sentence him to death. You know what I mean? So even if him lose certain offers, certain job deal, nothing no wrong with that because him still can bounce back. All him have to do now, say, him just come down from off of the snow mountain, you know what I mean, and just come back to reality.
So, may I get you with another slice of it? What advice you for giving
Well,
him moving forward and other men that probably will find himself in some situation in these areas?
Well, another thing is, in this time, a lot more, start to say, a lot more men is going to find themselves in the same predicament because people don't learn from other people's mistake. The man want to learn from their own mistake, which is stupid. We have to learn from somebody else's mistake because if both of us walking along the road and you're walking ahead of me and I see you fall along in a dish, and when me look for you, you can't find. Me never jump down in night to because you drop in night. No, me walk around. And try walk around, and if there's a way if it help you by throwing a rope down in there and can dry you out, or get some other help to dry you out, and pull you out of your situation, I would. But not because you're dropping them and say, boy, well, you just walk, so you're dropping them and you disappear. So I walk there. That wouldn't be...
That's dysfunctional.
Right. So, him can bounce back. No matter how much deal him lose.
So, so you're saying that he can get back to where he is, or he can just create his own lane.
He can create his own lane. In many things, he can create a situation for himself that the deal with him lose come like foolishness. You understand? Let me give a little instance about. There's a guy in the Bible named Joseph. And Joseph himself was young and handsome and in prime. And there was a certain woman, his boss wife, lusted after him daily and wanted him to sleep with her. And he wouldn't, because
high integrity.
His integrity was high, number one. And secondly, he respect his master, his boss that he's working with, and the top priority, him love God, and him see that as a wickedness to know that somebody being good to you and then behind them back you're gonna treat them like that. And when the woman said that she could not have her way with him, what she do? She frame him and spent 13 years in prison. You know what I mean? And what was the end of the narrative? The 13 years that in prison, it was an educational experience for him to come back and to excel far above and beyond where he was. So this situation, many might write him off. Because even Joseph's own family write him off. Even some of his own family and friends and close associates is going to write him off and say, yes, look what happened to him and blah, blah, blah. And rejoice. Because you got some people, when you're down,
they'll kick you.
They kick you and then beat you so that you don't come back up. But he's got to pull from the strength that is within. You understand? And pull himself out because he have life. As I said, my mother always teach me this. A constant thing to me is whatsoever have life, have hope. So anything when I'm dead, that's how she put it, and then she explained it. She said anything when I'm dead, don't call it duppy. I mean, if people talk about ghost story, say all right, it dead, so it turn a ghost. So say, well, if you're dead and not a ghost, yeah, all right. For you have life, she always say, you have life, you have it all. from that you can bounce back and be resilient and show who you truly are, or what is your makeup, you know what I mean? So and another thing again, Nelson Mandela, right, spent 27 years in prison, right? Don't he bounce back and become the president of South Africa, right? From prison to the president. So you see, and this that happened to the brother, you know what I mean? As I said, I don't really know him, and I don't know his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, and I don't know nothing about them. But I'm not going to say that he is guilty because the court said guilty, because I know the history of the court system in the United States of America against black men, especially black men, which is a very tainted history, which is a very bad history. You see it, he called the police, and he's the one that get arrested. So you see,
exactly.
so
It's a weaponized system, you're saying?
exactly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I know the deals them that him lose, you know what I mean?
So you're saying he can bounce back from
You
that?
can go far above and beyond that, man. Far above and beyond that, man. You know what I mean? Far
So
above.
what is your advice to men moving forward, getting to the Janathan Major level, and what's your advice to them when they reach to that level there?
No, my first advice, you shouldn't be there. That's my first advice. You should not be there.
As far as,
But if you get there,
as far as the part when you reach to the financial level up there, height up there, so that people are coming after you, what's your what your advice to that?
well, and next thing, you know, I notice, you know, if you're a black man with a little bit of money, you got certain people that set them eyes on you, understand, and want to get that, you know what I mean? But brother, pull yourself forward, understand? Hold your head high. If you know you never do it, you know, and if you do it, ask the Father for forgiveness and ask for forgiveness and move forward. Because life, you got hope. That's what my mother always tell me. You know what I mean? And 1 or 2 times she tell me that. You know what I mean? She said, once there's life, there's hope. And she said, anything when I'm dead, I call it duppy. So anyone can bounce back from any situation.
So me and the mic over to you now. You come my way now.
Alright. As a young man now, you know what I mean? Even though some old man, because sometimes we get old and we get foolish. How would you angle yourself in this situation? Say, if you should find yourself in a crisis like this, what would be your way of turning things around in your favor?
Well, first thing I would do is if I find myself in a situation where a person accused me of abuse, you know, I face a lot of serious time in prison. If I have the financial resources, I try to get a good lawyer. That's number one.
Well, the lawyer feel him right, so I have a lawyer. I don't think he'd have a free lawyer. And in his situation, I don't think he get a legal aid lawyer. I think he get
the money if you get a good
PA lawyer. So right, the same lawyer feel him. So sometimes, again, even the lawyer can't help us. So continue from this.
That is true.
Continue from this.
That is true. One of the part of it too, I would try my best to go through the situation and learn from it, and just observe and just take everything in. Because at the end of the day, if they already presume me guilty, you know, seem like say me I go come out of the situation unscathed. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm gonna try to learn from the situation and try to anytime me see that trap try to come around again, me avoid it. Because if I'm already caught in a trap, it's nothing I can do then.
And the label, you see, domestic abuse and spousal abuse is a label that will follow you for the rest of your life. So and the thing is, you know, I don't know if he's guilty. As again, you know, not because they find him guilty in America. When a black man found guilty in America, I still have to question it, because I know of so many innocent ones that go to prison. And I can't say this brother is innocent. I don't know him. But if he is innocent, you know, my heart goes out to you. And if you're guilty of it, you know, brother, you have to change your ways and know that even though you're being convicted of it, are being charged with certain things, you still can bounce back. You know what I mean? There's always a way that a man can bring himself forward and walk out still with a
Allegedly, did you see the video and they were claiming the evidence that he was manhandling, he was being abusive and all that?
What I see him like trying to let her stay in the car. You know what I mean? And then he run from her. I see a man that is running from a woman. You know what I mean? Which a lot of men wouldn't do. But it was running. I see that it was running from this woman. Just keep on running. You understand? Like his life rests upon him, and he's just running. So that again, it is a situation that, you know, I don't really know how it started, you know, but one thing I know, you know, a lot of people is going to try to really crucify him, you know, because it seemed to be a thing when a black man, young black man do something, a very few people really and truly
Is Janathan Majors a victim of white tears?
I don't know, but I don't know. I can't say that because I don't really know him. I know the girl, but one thing I know, that a white woman tears in America against a black man value a lot. You understand?
So you basically you're saying that a lot of men died for that.
A white woman tears, and I'm not saying nothing that is racial, because I'm saying the fact. And some people don't like to hear the truth, you know, and they will scuff their nose at the truth, and pretend that the truth shouldn't be told. But we all know that a white woman tears against a black man in America, it carry a heavy weight. You understand? You're already guilty even before the trial, even before they select the the jury.
So basically what you're saying is that, you know, the guy, when you wake up that morning, he might just put himself in a handcuff or put on the orange jumpsuit and go in the jail class. Everything's second.
Yeah, he should have at best avoid any kind of altercation.
Because the lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose.
You can't win in that situation.
You just try to avoid any kind of altercation like that. Those type of altercation can be to your detriment.
So KOJ, let's say you are driving down the street and you see a damsel in distress. Would you be a hero in that situation, or you would try to drive away from the situation?
Years ago, when we never so smart, you know, years ago, we probably try to stop. And it's sad to say, Jesus gave a scenario about the good Samaritans. It's a boy. He said, you know, there's a certain man walking down the road, you know, from Jerusalem down to Jericho, and him fell among thieves. And when he fell among thieves, you know, The rabbi came and looked upon him and passed. The Levi came and looked upon him and passed. But the good Samaritan come and take out the money and pay
And bandage
him up and pay for him, you know. But again, you know, in today's world, to how people learn to twist things and make it look like, you know, your best of intentions can be the worst of intention. Like today, and I know if I could really be a good Samaritan like that, you know.
So basically what you're trying to say is that even though you're trying to do good intention, people are twisted for evil.
I mean, man, the things that I was meant for good, man, somebody turn it around and flip it around and make it turn into evil. You know what I mean? And that's the sort of situation that we see in today, you know, especially here in America. You know what I mean? It's a sad thing. You know what I mean? Where, you know, to me, a black man always guilty. You know what I mean? In America, very rare a black man get off.
Exonerated.
You know what I mean? Very rare. You know what I mean? And as I say again, depends on who do the crying. You know what I mean? And a long time, women cry to man and trick them. Again, Samson and Delilah. You know what I mean? What Delilah do? Trick him and say, if you didn't love me, you'd have tell me. And cry. And when they do, she make them do it. The same woman will say, if you love me, you know, you tell me the truth, you know. He make them dig out the man too high.
So, what you're basically saying is that, you know, in certain situations, you know, if you trust certain things.
No, in a certain situation.
You can't let down your guard. You
can't let down your guard.
You end up lose everything.
You end up lose everything, you know what I mean? By
So in this situation, you think that Janathan Majors is going to lose everything?
Well,
and then
I don't know if I'm going to lose everything, you know, but I know say, you know, if I pay for a lot of money, I'm going to lose a lot of endorsement. And, you know, because once them find him guilty, girl now go turn around and say, you know, one time I used to sleep together and alright, I better sue you for nothing, I don't want nothing, you know, you're good, take it. It would be a miracle if she do that. You know what I mean? But so no matter what the situation is, I'm lose, whether I'm guilty or not guilty. And I can't say him did it, and sometimes it's out of reflex. A man can lick a woman or hit a woman out of reflex, you know. You understand? Because sometimes, you know, if a person hit at you and you block them, and depends on how much power is in your hand, you know. By blocking that person, you know, them can suffer more damage than you know.
It's true.
You understand? So, you know, it's a situation that I sorry for the young man for himself in that situation. You understand?
So what is your KOJ, what is your advice to younger men that possibly in the future might encounter situations like this? What is your as the old time people used to always say, prevention better than cure. What's your cure for avoid that? No, even going at that era.
Prevention is better than cure, but you see where man and woman is concerned, there's a thing called lust. I think they find the cure for lust yet. So a lot, sorry to say, and I mean a lot more black men is gonna find themselves in the situation. Because we don't learn enough. One thing with human beings, we don't learn from each other mistake, you know. You understand? And say, yo, let me learn from my own mistake, no? But sometimes your own mistake can be a detriment. You understand? It can be fatal. Learning from your own mistake can cost your life. So if he was guilty, he gotta pay.
So what if you find somebody that you know that find themselves in a Janathan situation? How would you approach that person? How you guide that person?
Well, as again, I say, you have to go back to yourself. And when because society right now the first thing and lose certain endorsement, and that's
Marvel Studios,
right, and that is
Army.
and that is the American way. once somebody frame me about something, or somebody accuse you about something, I mean, most people not gonna say, let's wait and see the outcome. The moment a person accuse you, that's why the Bible said, see, a good name,
accuse of the brother.
A good name, it's better than silver and gold, man. A good name. So you want to keep your name good. You know, keep your name good. Because if somebody accused of certain things in this society, right there and then, people pronounce you guilty.
So, what if come later down the road, 2 years later down the road, Janathan Majors come out of jail or prison, and a later investigation found out say everything was a sham? Would you?
Hold on. Good point.
What would your reaction be?
Same thing. Because I mean, investigation after you find out guilty and them say, them find out after them do the investigation, find out say you wasn't guilty. That probably be the smallest print ever print in a newspaper. You understand? Or you know, might be one person might come and mention it, and that's it. You know what I mean? So it's a sad day, but both to the young lady, you know what I mean, and if he's a victim, true victim of domestic violence, you know what I mean, seek the true
form of justice.
Yes, the true way of recovery. You know, find a way how to recovery and choose your partner well. You know what I mean? So if you're a victim, a true victim, you know, my heart goes out to you. You know what I mean? If you're a true victim, you're gonna know within yourself if you're a true victim or it is a situation that get blow up, and because the situation get blow up, you know, sometimes some people can't go back and go retract what them said. You know what I mean? So they just go along with it even though they know say it might be wrong. You know, so if you're a true victim of domestic violence, you know, I sorry for you, you know, and my empathy and sympathy goes out to you, because I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, understand? I got granddaughters, so I have
another little twist to it. What about what do you think about these people that they're not waiting till no verdict come out, they're ready to string them up, they're ready
well you can't get no.
They're ready to devour him. What do you think about them?
Yeah, well, you got certain narrators, you know, who their narrative can never be good enough. You know what I mean? Because their narrative based upon ethnicity. You know what I mean? So you got certain people, their narrative based on ethnicity. So their narrative is never gonna be good. So you know, you just got to just continue to say, yo.
So did you remember the story what happened last year with Michael Irvin?
Update.
The situation with Michael Irvin is it is similar, but Michael Irvin's situation, them try to do what they're doing to Janathan Majors now. They try to do it to Michael Irvin, but Michael Irvin flipped the script on them. And in counter sue them $100 million. And they never find no evidence of it. Because he walked into the hotel and he talked to the lady, and the lady said he used certain form of language